So we've gotten, several questions, now that we've gone public with this offering. And, one of the questions we've gotten is, is this safe, right?
Any investment has some risk to it, right?
No doubt, no doubt. And this is no different. I mean, there's, as you're evaluating this, whether you're at the $500 level or a higher level, you have to evaluate it from, is this something that I'm comfortable with from a risk perspective? And certainly, like any other real estate investment or any investment for that matter, there is a risk of loss, right? And so we, of course, will continue to be transparent about that. And, certainly you have to view it through that lens of, hey, I'd love if you're interested in participating and want to be part of something, really unique and special, you have to balance that out with, the chance that you could lose money.
Obviously, we believe we're going to be very successful.
Of course.
But of course,
Yeah.
there's some risks to this.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've put blood, sweat, and tears into this for over 5 years, and as we
Pour
continue
your
to
own
say,
money into this.
a lot of our own money,
And time.
and
Blood, sweat, tears.
yep, there's been some of that too, for sure, and we're all in, and certainly we have really strong optimism about not just the location, but the project and the Atari brand and sort of the overall experience, and a lot of the people that will be announcing that will be involved in this. So there's a lot of things to be optimistic about, but again, balancing that out with the risk is always part of the conversation. So one of the other questions that we've gotten is, if I invest, what do I actually own, right? What am I buying into? What am I investing into? What do I own? And so the way that the deal is structured is this is a real estate investment. You are investing into the physical asset of the land, the development site, the eventual hotel as it's built, and all the other components of the hotel. You're investing into ownership in the license for Phoenix with Atari. And so you're truly going to own a piece of everything that's done here and participate in the profits of that project as well.
And it is categorized as a hospitality investment, but I would say it's so much more than a hotel or just hospitality investment.
For sure. And, to kind of point to that a little bit more, another question we've gotten is, how do I make money on this? How does this actually return on my investment? And, ultimately it's a unique project in that we have multiple revenue streams. Of course, we have hotel room revenue, we have food and beverage revenue, we have event revenue, we have rent revenue. So a lot of the underlying sort of metrics as it relates to the underwriting itself are very traditional, right? These are things that we've done in all of our projects in different ways. And a lot of other developers use, their underwriting using these same revenue streams. Where it gets a little bit more unique for us is we also have the opportunity to generate some additional revenue, from things like sponsorship dollars and naming right and content creation and those kind of things.
Yeah, that's the stuff that gets me really excited. That's not even in our pro forma or model today. You could really blow this thing up.
Yep, yep. And so as an investor, you will have your pro rata participation in really all those different revenue streams. And as we get, through construction, we get to stabilization where we have, a full hotel or close to it. We have every space of the property or close to every space, leased out or being used, in some capacity. That's when it starts to generate that cash flow, and then we'll turn into a quarterly distribution model. We'll look to get a better loan on the property with a better interest rate, and ultimately continue forward until an eventual sale. Who knows when? We'd love to keep this for a long time, but in all reality, almost all real estate trades hands at some point, and so that's a possibility in the relatively near future as well.
And don't forget, Phoenix is hopefully only level one for us.
Totally.
We've got a project hopefully coming in Denver. We have a piece of land right in the middle of Stan Concrete's development, which is getting rezoned. So that Denver will probably be number two, hopefully.
Totally. And, the other piece too is we keep talking about Phoenix and why we've developed here and, the stuff we've done in this Roosevelt Road neighborhood. A couple things that some people may not know is Phoenix is the 5th largest city in the country in the U.S. And ultimately, Maricopa County, which is the county that Phoenix sits in,
Growing just a little bit.
it grows. It's the first or second fastest growing county in the country every single year and has been for over a decade now. And so you not only have this sort of kind of great location with high walkability, great transit, great access to vehicular transportation off the I-10 freeway, but you have a rapidly growing city and a rapidly growing county in, what's already the 5th largest city in the country.
And Jordan, as you know, we have a 95 walk score, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What does that really mean?
Yeah, I mean, 95 walk score means you can literally live your entire life without ever getting in a car, right? You can get your groceries, you can food and beverage, retail, you can go to your office, like everything is within the neighborhood. I mean, there's Jason, probably 70 restaurants within walking distance of this
At
site.
least 7 bars and restaurants. Yeah.
So there's already been a massive sort of growth
At the Sun
trajectory.
Stadium, Diamondbacks, it's 10-minute walk.
Yep, everything's walkable. And so if you're an urbanite or, you know, you want to live adjacent to something, this location and this project sits right in the middle of all of it.